Subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss another video of Bhakti Charu Swami.
So, how was today's parikrama? So, today was Vrindavan. Did you go out on parikrama or did you go out shopping? Both. Okay. So, yeah, Vrindavan is a good place to do shopping for different articles for worship, different paraphernalias for the Lord. So now Vrindavan Parikrama is coming to an end. It is tomorrow we all are going to leave. So tomorrow to Gurugram and then to Bhubaneswar day after tomorrow. We'll stay in Bhubaneswar for one day and then to Jagannath Puri for 6 days. 6 days in Jagannath Puri. And then to Calcutta, Mayapur. On the way to Mayapur, from the airport straight we'll go to Panihati. Panihati is a place of Mahaprabhu's pastimes where we got an old temple. How many of you have visited Panihati? Oh, quite a few have gone there. Okay. And I'll tell you what arrangements had been made there, or they suggested that in Panihati actually we'll arrive at early afternoon, maybe 2 o'clock or so, and then they'll take us in a boat on the Ganges, and the lunch will be on the boat. And so, and then after that we will go to Mayapur, and yes, Mayapur is our home. And Mayapur is Srila Prabhupada's home, therefore it's our home as well. So anyway, so this is how our parikrama will continue. Do you think it's a good idea? And so Jagannath Puri also will be nice. We have, on the way to Jagannath Puri we'll stop in Bhubaneswar. We'll spend that night in Bhubaneswar. Our flight is early morning, so we'll go there and we'll have lunch. Breakfast will be in the flight. So we'll have packed breakfast and we'll have it in the flight. And when you arrive in Bhubaneswar, we'll have early lunch, maybe around 12:30. And that day we stay in Bhubaneswar for one day. If you all want, you can go for a parikrama or pilgrimage of some temples in Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar is the place of Lord Shiva. You see, Lord Shiva guards the spiritual world. Meaning, Lord Shiva doesn't allow a non-deserving soul to enter into the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. So Lord Shiva is guarding. Therefore, in every Krishna temple, Radha Krishna temple or Lakshmi Narayan temple, you'll find Lord Shiva's temple. Because Lord Shiva is guarding. Like in Vrindavan, did you see Gopeshwar Shiva? And there are various Shiva personalities, expansions are here. Nandishwar Shiva, Dhameshwar, Gopeshwar, in this way. And similarly in Mayapur also, you see when you go to Mahaprabhu's birthplace, you see there is a Shiva temple at the back. So Bhubaneswar has a very large temple of Lord Shiva. And so if you want, you all can visit there. There's some other nice places. When you go there, the devotees will take you if you want. And the next day is going to be a very hectic day for me. You see, I am involved in Bhubaneswar temple as a GBC, and so I do spend some time there, and there are some candidates for initiation, and they requested me to give initiation, so I said okay, I will give initiation. So I agreed to give initiation, but when I asked the number, then, well, I have to give initiation to about 100 devotees. And so that's my life. And then there will be about 15 second initiation. So I suggested that the second initiation I won't hold the same day. The second initiation I'll hold in Jagannath Puri. And because it will become too hectic to conduct both the initiations. So anyway, and then after the initiation, after lunch, we'll leave for Jagannath Puri. How are the buses? The buses that you came from Delhi to Vrindavan? It was okay? It's a Volvo bus, Volvo. And in Jagannath Puri also, Bhubaneswar also Volvo, Calcutta also, same, good. Yeah, that's the best bus you get there, made by Volvo. And although there is no need for air conditioning, but we make it a point to have air conditioning because air-conditioned buses, the conditions are better. So that is their general program. Jagannath Puri also, the bus will be there during our stay. and you can go at least the locations or spots that are a little far, so you'll go there by bus. But in the city, I don't think bus will be practical. So on foot, chanting the holy name, you can go on. So okay, so in Vrindavan today you all have been to the local temples. There are 7 main temples in Vrindavan. The 3 principal deities are Sri Govinda, Gopinath, Madana Mohan. Madan Mohan, Govinda and Gopinath. Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojan, Adhidev. The Sambandha aspect is Madan Mohan. Relationship. Establishing our relationship. Recognizing our relationship with Krishna is received by Madan Mohan's mercy. Then Abhidheya, the means of establishing that relationship, is Govinda Dev. And the Prayojan, the need. Why do we need to establish our relationship? Why? Because our constitutional position is to develop our love for Krishna. So that is the Prayojan, that is Gopinath. So these 3 deities were very wonderfully established by 3 of our very exalted spiritual preceptors. Madan Mohan was established by Srila Sanatana Goswami, Govinda Dev by Rupa Goswami, and Gopinath was established by Madhu Pandit. Then there are 4 other temples. Radha Damodar. Have you been to Radha Damodar temple? That's very special for us because Prabhupada lived there. That temple was established by Jiva Goswami. And Radha Raman temple by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Then Radha Gokulananda by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And Radha Shyamsundar by Shyamananda Prabhu. The principal deities, mainly Govinda, Gopinath, Madan Mohan, and also Gopal, which is Srinath Ji. These deities were actually established by Vajranabh, Krishna's great grandson. So Vajranabh actually established those deities. The first deity that was carved was Madan Mohan deity. And at that time, Uttara Devi was the only person present who saw Krishna personally. So after the deity was carved, Vajranabh, Krishna's great grandson, requested his grandmother, Uttara Devi, whether this deity of Krishna looks like Krishna, identical to Krishna. She said yes. Up to his waist, it's exactly like Krishna. Then the next that deity was carved was Govindaji. And when Uttara Devi was asked, and Uttara Devi, seeing the deity, said, "This face is just like Krishna's." Then Gopinath deity was carved, and Uttara Devi said that the chest is just like Krishna. So this is how these three deities were presented by Vajranabh, and Uttara Devi endorsed that they are exactly like Krishna. And in this way, these deities were established, but unfortunately, the deities disappeared because of Muslim atrocities. I'll come to that. But the way Madan Mohan came was very strange, or very extraordinary. I won't call strange, an extraordinary way. When Sanatana Goswami came to Vrindavan, one day he saw that in Mahavan, some cowherd boys were playing, and out of them, one boy was looking very extraordinary. And with his transcendental vision, he could actually see that this boy is actually Krishna. So he followed the boy, and then he came to, following the boy, he came to Mathura, in the house of a Brahman whose name was Choube. Choube, it's actually a colloquial way of expressing the actual title, Chaturvedi. There are Dvivedi, Trivedi, Bedi, Dvivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi. In India, you see these titles are quite common among the Brahmanas, especially in northern India. Vedi. There was quite a famous cricket player named Bisan Singh Bedi. So, one Veda knows. Knower of one Veda is a Vedi. Knower of two Vedas are Dvivedi. Knower of three Vedas are Trivedi. And knower of four Vedas, Chaturvedi. And their abbreviated or colloquial form is Dvivedis are known as Dubes. Trivedis, I don't remember. But Chaturvedi is Choube. So he came to the house of a Chaturvedi. And upon inquiring, he found that this boy, he just found one day. Like, it's not that he was born in the family, but somehow he just found the boy. And he became so attracted to that boy that he just brought him to his home. So Sanatana Goswami told him, "This is Krishna. This is Madan Mohan. So you treat him properly, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead." So this way we can see that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not just a murti, a statue made out of. They are the Supreme Lord Himself. So, but when the Sanatana Goswami was leaving, this boy told Sanatana Goswami, I want to go with you. He said, look, I live in the forest. You better off you are here, because this Brahman was very wealthy and he is taking care of, he is able to take care of you properly. I live in under a tree, I don't have any place to stay. So he said, no, I want to go with you. He said, look, I can't take care of you. It doesn't matter. Wherever you live, I'll be with you. Look, I just eat by begging. Sometimes I get sometimes I don't get something. So it doesn't matter. Whatever you get, we'll share it. So in this way, the boy insisted that he wanted to go with him. So Sanatana Goswami said, okay. Finally he said, okay, if you want to come with me. But I told you my condition. I know you are a prince. I won't be able to take care of you. I am just a beggar. He said, whatever you offer, I'll be fine. So he came with Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami at that time was staying in the Dadas Aditya Tila, where this Madan Mohan Mandir is now. Tila means a small hill. So it was a hill of 12 Adityas. And so it is said that after killing Kaliya, Krishna actually came on top of that hill. And at that time Surya Dev came to warm him up there. So Sanatana Goswami used to go to Mathura, because Vrindavan was just forest, there was nothing. So whatever he used to get Madhukari. Madhukari, the expression actually means Madhukar is a bee. What is the nature of a bee? It goes from flower to flower and collects honey. Although the bee can collect the honey from one flower, but bee doesn't do that. It goes to different flowers and collects. Similarly, a Vaishnava, he goes out begging, but doesn't take everything that he needs from one house. Takes a little bit from different houses. Because the purpose of his going out to beg is to give them Krishna consciousness. So that's why it's called Madhukari Vritti, or occupation of a bee. So Sanatana Goswami, after Madhukari, whatever he used to get, he used to come. Now you see, when you get alms by begging, you don't get salt. Right? Nobody gives you salt. And you may get some rice, you may get some dal, sometimes you may get some fruit, but no salt. So one day, this boy told him, Sanatan, can't you get some salt at least? So he said, look, I told you, you just have to accept whatever I get from begging. And so forget about the salt. Because I can't beg salt from anybody. Then the next day, one boat got stuck in Jamuna. Jamuna there is very deep. It used to be very deep. There was no sand dunes or sand island. But the boat got stuck. So the boatman, it was actually one businessman. His name was Krishnadas Kapoor. He was taking his commodities in a boat, and the boat got stuck, and the boat was not getting out in any way. So he saw some light. So he came up to found Sanatana Goswami there, and said, "Look, my boat got stuck. Can you please help me to release the boat? Maybe you know some villagers nearby who can help me." Sanatana Goswami said, "Look, I don't know anybody. I'm just here alone. Anyway, what are you carrying in your boat?" "Salt." So Sanatana Goswami understood. He said, "Oh, I see, salt. Then you go and ask that personality there, the deity of Madan Mohan." Sometimes he is a boy, sometimes he is Vigraha. There are many instances when the deities actually became alive. The deities, anyway, maybe when you go to Mayapur, I'll tell you another story where the deities became alive, personalities. Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, so many times they went back and forth, deity and person, that they couldn't figure out which is the deity and which is the God Nitai. So he told that, "You ask that boy." So that Kapoor went and prayed to him, "Please help, my boat got stuck. Will you please release it?" And when he went back, he found the boat is moving. It's not that with the high tide, the water rose. There was no consideration of high tide here because it's so far away from the ocean. And he was amazed, and he realized that this deity is something very special. So he decided to build a temple for Madan Mohan. And there is another aspect of this incident that says that then when Kapoor went back to the boat, he found that his salt turned into camphor. Now salt is quite cheap, but camphor is so expensive. And he actually promised that whatever profit that comes from this transaction, I will give it to the Lord. So he made so much profit that he built this temple, Madan Mohan. So this is how Madan Mohan appeared. Govindaji, how did Govindaji appear? Rupa Goswami, actually Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, instructed them to retrieve the lost places of pilgrimage and write scriptures. So that's what these Goswamis in Vrindavan did. Nana Shastra Vicharinaika Nipuno Saddharma Sangstapako Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manno Saranakaru. So he was looking for Govinda Dev, Srila Rupa Goswami. Then one day one boy came to him and he told him, a very strange thing happens here. There's one particular place called Gomatila. Again, Tila, small hill. And every day one cow goes there and on her own, spontaneously she gives out her milk there, rains her milk in that place. So Rupa Goswami then informed the local villagers. With them he went to that place. The boy actually showed him that place. And Rupa Goswami saw that one cow came and started to shower her milk on that top of the mountain, top of the hill. So then Rupa Goswami got the place excavated and he found the beautiful deity of Govinda Dev. And Rupa Goswami's fame spread so much that many very influential people and kings became attracted to him. One such person was Man Singh. Man Singh was the king of that province, that area, Jaipur area. And he became Akbar's general. He was the main general of Akbar. Akbar was the monarch of India, the Mughal king. And probably some you all remember that because of Man Singh's alliance with Akbar, Man Singh's alliance with Akbar, Rana Pratap got into a conflict with Man Singh. He was another great personality. It all happened one day. Man Singh just happened to come to Rana Pratap's place. Rana Pratap was the king of Chittor. And because Man Singh had an alliance with Akbar, a Muslim, Rana Pratap, although he came, when the food was offered to him, Rana Pratap didn't sit with him to take food together. And that insulted Man Singh so much that he actually became enemy of Rana Pratap. And Rana Pratap was driven out of his kingdom, and he was a great hero. He was living in the mountains, in the desert, but still he wouldn't surrender. And then he attacked the Mughals quite a few times. Anyway, but apparently we can see that Man Singh was a devotee. And maybe because of that, he did not really see the difference between a Hindu and a Muslim. He just, so he had his alliance, and I think his sister was given in marriage to Akbar. And so Man Singh actually built this Govindaji temple. Did you see these temples today? So Govindaji's temple, you can see how beautiful it was. It was built by Rupa Goswami. And Prabhupada once told me that Actually, this temple is one of the 7 wonders. Because Rupa Goswami was such a brilliant architect that this temple has been built without a single iron pin in it. Generally, to hold the things, they use metal clips or metal pins. All the stones are kept in such order that they're just standing there. And this temple was much higher, much higher. And Aurangzeb, the notorious tyrant Mughal emperor, he became so envious seeing the height of the temple. It is said that he used to sit in Agra, in his fort, in his palace, Aurangzeb, and he used to see one star that didn't move. So he wondered which star it is that doesn't move. There's only the polar star that doesn't move, but all the other stars move. How come this star doesn't move? So when upon inquiring, he found it is actually the lamp or a big fire that burns on top of the temple that appeared to him like a star from a distance. So he became so envious that he gave order to destroy the temple. So Man Singh's grandson Jai Singh was there. He also was one of the generals of Aurangzeb, following the tradition. So he made arrangement before Aurangzeb's people could come to destroy the temple. He actually sent his men to take the deities out of the temple. So he is the one who took Madan Mohan deity, Govindaji deity and Gopinath deity out of Vrindavan. So he took Govindaji's deity and established him in Jaipur. And Jaipur is the city of victory. And because of Govindaji's mercy, ultimately what happened? The Jaipur's glory spread and expanded. But Aurangzeb's destiny or his dynasty was destroyed. Aurangzeb was the last one in the Mughal dynasty. Although he spread his kingdom practically up to the South India, conquering entire North India, but that was the end of it. Shivaji gave him a very tough time. And it is said that had the British not have come, then probably India would have been the Marathi kingdom. Under Shivaji's, he was a very powerful king. And here also we can see that Shivaji was guided by a Vaishnav guru. His guru was Ramdas. And Shivaji also was a very brilliant, very wonderful personality. There is one anecdote, Shivaji's palace was called Satara. His kingdom was in a place called Satara. And he was standing on top of his palace, fort. Durga means a fort. And then he saw that his guru, Ramdas, is chanting and begging from door to door. So Shivaji felt that he is my guru. I am his disciple. Why does he have to beg? So he wrote on a piece of paper that everything that belongs to me belongs to you. So I am offering it to you. This kingdom is yours. I am only your servant. And he sent his men to drop that in his begging jhuli bag, where he collects grains and things. So next day, Ramdas came to Shivaji and said, "So, the kingdom is mine. You don't have anything, come. Also, you also come and beg with me." Shivaji did that. He went out with his guru, chanting the holy name of the Lord, begging from door to door. And everyone was surprised. And it has been described as if it's as amazing, as wonderful as a stone floating in water. So then, after begging the whole day, Shivaji and his guru were sitting on the bank of a river after taking the bath, and the guru was singing one song. The gist of that song was, "Who are you, my Lord, dressing me as a king? You are performing all your wonderful activities." Meaning that you made me a king, you dressed me up as a king. And so Shivaji got the message that his kingdom doesn't belong to him. His kingdom belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And his guru then told him that, "Okay, I'm giving the kingdom back to you. You rule it, recognizing that it belongs to the Lord." And that's why we find that Shivaji, in all his ventures, he had been successful. Aurangzeb tried to kill him in so many ways. Didn't succeed. There was a plot to kill him, kill Shivaji. And he sent one of his generals, his name was Afzal Khan. And the point was that they would meet, just two of them. Afzal Khan was big, like a giant. And Shivaji's stature was not so big. And so both of them were supposed to go unarmed. And so the idea probably was that Afzal Khan, just with his bare hands, would kill him. But Shivaji, by Krishna's mercy again, could understand the plot. So what he did is he kind of took a weapon called the tiger's claw. Like it's like the tiger's nails. Like it was hidden under his sleeves and with his arms. Like it was tiger's claw. And when they embraced, Shivaji actually with that just took out his abdomen, pierced his abdomen, took out his intestine and killed him. It's a very valiant warrior actually. No wonder he is worshipped and adored all over the world because of his a brilliant ruler. Anyway, so Govindaji's temple was destroyed by Aurangzeb. Jai Singh took the deities of Govindaji's, and they're still there Jaipur. And his kingdom flourished, and we can see how wonderfully the capital is of Rajasthan, and how Rajasthan, in spite of being desert, it's so prosperous. Good part of Rajasthan is just desert. But still, it's one of the most prosperous states of India, province of India, because of the mercy of Govindaji. So Aurangzeb sent his men to break the temple. They started to break the temple from the top. But when it came to the main temple, then there appeared to be like an earthquake with a terrible sound. And all these soldiers of Aurangzeb became afraid and ran away. And they say that it was Hanuman who couldn't tolerate that, and he just came. And, if they didn't run away, Hanuman would have taken care of them. And there's a Hanuman temple, probably you have noticed, next to Govindaji's temple, there's a Hanuman temple. This is how Hanuman actually protected the temple. Govindaji's deity is still worshipped there, but Madan Mohan's deity is not in Jaipur. Although previously they were there. But Jai Singh's sister became very attached to Govindaji, Madan Mohan. She became very attached to Madan Mohan. So after she got married, she was feeling the separation from Madan Mohan so much that her husband came and begged Jai Singh. Gopal Singh asked Jai Singh that your sister is in such a state of separation, so please give that deity to her. So Jai Singh agreed on one condition. He thought that this is how he would actually be able to avoid being separated from Madan Mohan himself. So he's made a condition, okay, these three deities will be there. Govindaji, Gopinath, Madan Mohan. And blindfold you have to go. And if you can select Madan Mohan, then only you can take Madan Mohan. Gopal Singh agreed. And he went blindfold. And he walked straight up to Madan Mohan. So Jai Singh could refuse. So this is how Madan Mohan left Jaipur and went to Karoli, Gopal Singh's capital, where his wife, Jai Singh's sister, actually got him to come there. So this is how different deities actually moved out of Vrindavan. But it is said that Gopinath deity came back. Like Rupa Goswami personally worshipped Govindaji for many years. And then he got some Bengali pujaris from Bengal and established a worship deity. And that's actually happened with all the Goswamis. And they were brought from Bengal. Because those days it was just forest, Vrindavan. There was nothing, so they had to get the pujaris from Bengal. And this temple of Radha Gopinath was built by Madhu Pandit, which is about 1 kilometer north of Govindaji's temple. Maharaj Jai Singh took Gopinath and but the Muslims broke the temple, like they broke all the temples. But one wealthy Bengali person, his name is Nanda Kumar Pashu, actually rebuilt the temple. He also rebuilt or repaired the Govindaji's temple. There's a beautiful anecdote with Gopinath. Gopinath had Radharani, which was very small. So Janava Devi, when she came to Vrindavan, Janava Devi had a dream, Gopinath telling her that this deity Radharani is too small. And so seeing the dream, Devi got the big Radharani built. So there are two Radharanis in that temple. One is on the left hand side, the other is on the right hand side. And rather it is also said that one day Janava Devi, when the curtain was drawn, went to the temple, Gopinath temple, and she didn't come back. She didn't come out. She actually merged into Srimati Radharani on the left hand side. Therefore they consider that the Radharani on the left hand side is actually Janava Devi, who is Ananga Manjari, Radharani's sister. Janava Devi entered in the deity of Srimati Radharani, and Madhu Pandit actually found Gopinath. Gopinath was buried, and Madhu Pandit and his friend Premananda Bhattacharya found Gopinath buried in the sand on the bank of Jamuna. So this is how different deities appeared. Radha Damodar, which, as I said, is very special deity for us. So there's a book called Sadhana Deepika, describes that Damodar deity was actually carved by Srila Rupa Goswami himself for Raghunath Das Goswami. When Raghunath Das Goswami wanted to worship, so Rupa Goswami himself carved the deity and gave it to him, and gave the deity to Jiva Goswami. Srila Jiva Goswami in 1542. Maharaj Jai Singh took Radha Damodar to Jaipur in 1670, but Damodar came back to Vrindavan at around 1821. Srila Jiva Goswami established this temple in 1558 and lived there most of the time till his disappearance in 1598. Srila Rupa Goswami's Samadhi and Bhajan Kutir is also there. And now the sixth temple is Radha Raman. Gopal Bhatta Goswami was instructed by Srila Rupa Goswami to go to, or no, he actually went on a pilgrimage to different places, and when he went to Nepal, he went to Gandaki. And generally when one travels, he has a water pot. So when he dipped the water pot in the river, then he found there was something. And he found there was a Shaligram Shila. He dipped it again, another Shila. And this way he had 12 Shilas that appeared to him just like that when he was in Gandaki, in his pilgrimage. And so when one rich Brahmana, Vaishya, came to Vrindavan and offered him ornaments for the deities, and Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami was thinking, I got these ornaments, but I have only Shaligram. So how can I use these ornaments? And he desired that actually it would have been nice if I had a deity. And next morning he found that one of the Shilas became a deity. And when you go closely look at that deity, you can see that it is a self-manifest deity. Like it cannot be carved like that. There are lines, not very large deity, small deity. The hands are carved, but in the carved hand there are lines. And the whole thing, it's kind of, you can see, it's self-manifest. It cannot be carved like other deities the way they were. Radha Raman was not taken out of Vrindavan because the Muslim invaders thought that it was an ordinary household. It was the temple. You have seen, it looks like a house. It doesn't look like a temple. And it was, that was the way Gopal Bhatta Goswami set them up. And so fifth deity is Radha Raman, sixth is Radha Gokulananda. It's a small temple about 200 meters to the left of Radha Raman temple. This deity was Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's deity. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu received one sannyasi, Sankarananda Saraswati, came to Jagannath Puri from Vrindavan, and he had a gunja mala. The gunja is a kind of a seed, red seed with which they make garlands for Krishna. And and a Govardhan Shila. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was given that by Shankarananda Saraswati. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu worshipped that Govardhan Shila for some times, but then he gave that Shila to Raghunath Das Goswami. And in course of time, Raghunath Das Goswami gave that Shila to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And that Shila is still there. That was given to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and still there. So this is how we can see how real all these places are. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's own Sila was there. Radha Shyam Sundar is Shyamananda Pandit's deity. That temple was established by Shyamananda Prabhu. Shyamananda Prabhu also has a very wonderful history. Shyamananda Prabhu was a disciple of Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu. And he came to Vrindavan. Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu sent him to Vrindavan to study under Jiva Goswami or practice devotional service under the guidance of Jiva Goswami. Those days Jiva Goswami was practically the head of the Vaishnava community. So there were three of them who actually came. Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, and Shyamananda Pandit. The three of them were guided or receiving shiksha from Srila Jiva Goswami. And Jiva Goswami engaged Shyamananda Prabhu. His original name was actually was Dukhi Krishna Das. Dukhi Krishna Das. Dukhi means sad, unhappy. Unhappy, miserable. Krishna Das. So his service was to clean the Seva Kunj, clean the area, Seva Kunj, clean. So one day, while he was cleaning Seva Kunj, he found one ankle bell. So he just kept. Then one lady came one day, beautiful young girl, and asked him, did you find this ankle bell? And she said yes. He said yes, when I was here. I was sweeping and I found it. So he said, actually it belongs to my mistress. So please give it. So Shyamananda could understand something. So he said, I'll give it to you only if your mistress comes and takes it from me. So she went. Who was that lady? She was Lalita Devi. And so she went and informed, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. So in the middle of the second round of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the light comes back. It was actually Srimati Radharani's ankle bell. So she came. And she was very happy to get it back. She asked, "What's your name?" He said, "My name is Dukhi Krishnadas." Dukhi Krishnadas? You are a Krishnadas. Why should you be Dukhi? From now, your name is Shyam Ananda. Shyam Ananda. So when Hridaya Chaitanya Prabhu got to know that Jiva Goswami, that his disciple got a new name, he thought that Jiva Goswami gave him reinitiation. So he got very upset. So he came all the way to Vrindavan and he accosted his disciple. There's saying that he just came and started to beat him up. Then he told his guru, "Why don't you ask Srila Jiva Goswami himself?" So when Radharani got the ankle bell, she felt so happy that she actually put a mark on his forehead with that ankle bell. And that became a permanent tilak. So Jiva Goswami then told him that, "Look, do you see the tilak mark? Doesn't it look a little different? Why don't you try to rub it off?" Hridaya Chaitanya Prabhu couldn't do that. It's a permanent mark. So then he was told the whole happening. His Radharani herself gave her that name. Why should you be Dukhi Krishnadas? You are Shyam Ananda. So this is how wonderful these personalities are. This is how wonderfully they received the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is how all the 7 temples, the main 7 temples were established here. And these personalities are no ordinary personalities. 6 Goswamis and the other acharyas in our line, they all are extremely exalted personalities. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established this Krishna consciousness in such a wonderful way for the benefit of all of us. So when we come to a holy dham, we must recognize that fact and try to take full advantage of that. Gaura amar jeshav sthane করলো ভ্রমণ রঙ্গে সেসব স্থান হেরিব আমি প্রণয়ী ভকত সঙ্গে. The places, the holy places that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here and he retrieved many of these holy places. Yesterday there was no time, but I wanted to describe about or discuss about Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. How they appeared. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here, Radha Kund and Shyam Kund actually became invisible, lost. Actually, all the places of Krishna's pastimes are lost. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discovered some, and the Goswamis discovered most of the other places. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here, Radha Kund and Shyam Kund was not there. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found a paddy field that had some collected water, small little puddle, collection of water. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took bath there. So everyone was very surprised why Mahaprabhu is taking bath in that place, which is not like a pond. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually mentioned that this is Shyam Kund and this is Radha Kund. Then later on they were excavated by Raghunath Das Goswami with the help of some wealthy person from North India. Shyam Kund and Radha Kund, how did they appear? How many of you know the anecdote, the incident? Krishna killed Arishtasura. Arishtasura came in the form of a bull. And Arishtasura came like a terrible, gigantic bull. So big and so powerful that with its every step, the whole earth was trembling as if there was an earthquake. Came to attack the residents of Vrindavan and especially to kill Krishna and Balaram. But when Krishna saw, like all the cowherd boys became very afraid and took shelter of Krishna, 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 save us. Krishna, Krishna, Rakshamam. So Krishna said, okay, stand behind me. And Krishna went and stood. Okay. Arishtasura came. As it charged, Krishna grabbed it by its hind legs and threw the bull 16 crores away. The bull fainted, but then when it regained its consciousness, came back and attacked again. In this way it went on a few times. Then finally Krishna just punched the demon to death. So after killing Arishtasura, Krishna went to meet Srimati Radharani. Radharani told Krishna, please don't touch me. Why? What happened? You have killed a cow, you have killed a bull, you have committed the sin of a gohatta, a very terrible sin. So, I do not want to take the risk of being touched by a sinful person like you. Krishna says, it was a demon, it was not a bull. Radha said, but still, it came in the form of a bull, so you have to treat it like a bull. So you killed a bull. Then Krishna says, okay, then what can be done? What can I do to get rid of this sinful reactions? She said, go take bath in all the holy places. Actually, all holy places has some form of water, either in the form of a river or in the form of a lake, or even in the form of a pond. So go take bath in all the holy places. Krishna said, okay, fine. So he struck the earth with his heel, and immediately the earth caved in, and all the personalities of the holy places personified, came over there, and the place was filled with the holy water. So that is Shamkund. Then Krishna told Radharani, all right, I took my bath. I became purified from my sinful reactions. Agreed? Radharani said, yes, fine. You did an amazing thing. Like, in no time you created this kund and you brought all the holy tirthas over here. Very impressive. Then Krishna said, but one thing. Because you sided with a demon, now you became sinful. So Radharani was stuck. She consulted with her friends, and they said, look, the feat that he performed, we also have to match an equal feat. So we will create a pond. They took out their bangles and started to dig a pond, and a pond was built. And they got the water. They all stood in a row, 16,000 of them, and in buckets they brought the water from Manasi Ganga and filled up the place. And then she requested also Krishna, that you also please let all the holy tirthas come here also. So that became Radha Kund. So this is how Shamkund and Radha Kund appeared. First by Radharani's mercy and Krishna's mercy, and then by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Although Radha Kund and Shamkund practically became invisible, became manifested again. So this is how the holy places of Vrindavan, and one can actually spend one's whole life here visiting all the holy places of Vrindavan. But now that we came here, we must carry Vrindavan in our heart. We will not be here, but we can carry the memories of Vrindavan, the mercy of Vrindavan with us. And that's how we can reside in Vrindavan. So does anybody have any question? Okay, yes. Give the mic to. Yeah, he's sitting by that pillar.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I had one question, sometimes devotees tell that before you go to Vrindavan, you must visit Gopesha Mahadeva and ask for his permission and blessings. Could you maybe elaborate on Gopesha Mahadeva's position and who he is, please?
Yeah, so Mahadev wanted to come to Rasa dance, but the only way he could enter there or come there as a female. By Purnamasi's mercy, he got the position of guarding the Rasa Mandali as Gopeshwar Mahadev. And we mentioned it at the beginning of the class that the spiritual sky is guarded by Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva doesn't allow an undeserving candidate to enter into the spiritual world. That's how he guards the spiritual sky. The way to look at it is actually, it is through the glance of Mahavishnu that the material nature becomes manifest. Right? His glance, actually, Brahma Samhita is describing that Mahavishnu's glance is actually Shambhu, Lord Shiva. And it is through the glance the living entities come into this material nature, and that's how the material nature becomes manifest. So in a way we can recognize that it is through Lord Shiva that all the living entities come to the material nature. Therefore Lord Shiva is worshipped in the form of lingam, because all the living entities come to the material nature through Lord Shiva. So living entities come to the material nature through the agency of Lord Shiva, and the living entities, when they become qualified to go back to the spiritual world, they have to go back through the agency of Lord Shiva, or with the permission of Lord Shiva. Therefore, according to our understanding, Lord Shiva has a very special position in our heart. It is by the mercy of Lord Shiva that we'll be able to go back to the spiritual world. To enter into the spiritual world, we need the permission of Lord Shiva. Okay? That's why when you come to the Dham is a spiritual world. So you have to enter here with the permission of Lord Shiva. Yeah.
Maharaj, thank you very much for wonderful and simple explanation of Vrindavan. My question is not question, it's just I would like to request you explain that you told Mayapur is the home of Prabhupada. Here, Prabhupada used to say Vrindavan is my home and Mayapur is a place of worship and Bombay is my place. So if you kindly explain.
Yeah, well, Vrindavan is the home because Prabhupada stayed here. Most of his, he considered Vrindavan is the place where he belonged, right? Radha Damodar Temple. Early days he didn't spend so much time in Mayapur. He visited only twice or thrice. Twice, I think, or thrice maybe, before going to the West. After he came back, then he visited every time. But prior to that, this was Prabhupada's place, where he stayed. That's why it's his home. And at home, he made all the preparation. Then he went out, distributed Krishna consciousness, and came back to Mayapur, as if that is the place where he was rendering his worship. And Bombay was his, his place of work.
You say, Maharaj, that Mayapur is my home, Prabhupada.
That was a mistake. I meant Mayapur is my home. Because My spiritual life began in Mayapur. Thank you for correcting me. Yes, Vrindavan is Prabhupada's home, yeah. Yeah, okay. Any other question?
There is a small message when we went from Vrindavan Temple. We met Padmanabh Maharaj over there. So he extended 2 messages, and on your behalf he gave some few things to devotees. So
He gave what?
That Kheer Prasadam.
Okay,
On
okay.
the condition that it was given to you, one message exclusively.
Okay.
And he said that kindly accept his greetings.
Sure.
And secondly, he said that may Lord Brother Hanuman empower you so much and more so that you extend Harinam's glories all over the world more and more.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I will write a letter to him. This time I was not so well, so I couldn't go and meet him. Anyway, I'll write a letter to him. Thank you. And if you see him, please convey my... You are staying in Vrindavan now, or?
Just came for
Okay, when are you leaving?
it's not fixed, but I
see.
more or less after.
Anyway, good. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for conveying his good wishes and
He also
blessings.
sent Radha Raman's mala.
Oh, thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah, we had a very nice relationship. Once he invited me for prasad in his house, and he gave me lemon pickle that was 20 years old. And it was so delicious, actually. And he told me how they make that lemon pickle. They make it and they put it in a earthen pot, the lemons with salt, and they bury it underwater. Underground. And they keep it there for years, and then they bring out. So it was 20 or 25 years old. Thank you. Hare Krishna.